The Cask of Amontillado. I'm going to tell you about one of Edgar Allan Poe's many great stories. This story takes place in the catacomb during the 18th century. This story is about two guys, one named Montresor and one named Fortunato. These two were not friends because Fortunato would always be giving Montresor a hard time. Fortunato would always embarrass Montresor in front of his friends and family. Montresor was tired of him, so he decided to take matters into his own hands. In his own little crazy way, he had a plan to lure Fortunato to his death and build a barricade around him and leave him to die. Both Fortunato and Montresor loved to drink wine. Montresor and Fortunato had just met at the carnival. Montresor was the nicest to him that night. Fortunato had had a little to drink, so he was feeling pretty good. Montresor mentioned to him that he had purchased some Amontillado. Fortunato had wine on his mind anyway. Montresor wanted to have someone taste the Amontillado. Fortunato volunteered. As Montresor led Fortunato down to the vault, they stopped still on the moist ground, right as you enter the catacomb. They started to walk down into the catacomb. Fortunato said he had a cough. Montresor stopped and said, "We must go back. Your health is more important than the Amontillado." Fortunato said, "No, the cough is nothing, and we must go on." Montresor grabbed a bottle of wine as they were walking along. Fortunato toasted to the buried family around them, and Montresor toasted to Fortunato's long life. As they get further, Montresor reached for another bottle called the Grave. Fortunato downed the bottle. Funny thing is that Montresor plans on burying Fortunato alive, and the wine he is drinking is called the Grave. So Fortunato was very intoxicated from all the wine. So, quick as possible, Montresor chained him to a wall without him noticing, and slowly started to build a wall up around Fortunato. Fortunato took it as a joke at first, but Montresor knew this was no joke. And while Fortunato was screaming, Montresor just sat back and listened to him. And that is the Cask of Amontillado.